Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. I give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim and to the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing the truth out without faith and without sincerity. All right, and this is going to be basically like I was inspired to do this video by watching the Apostle Tahar's video. When he did the video about the in China, how they making the people wear those down wristbands, and he spoke on the scripture Revelation 10:10, about this truth. You have people fall out because they can't take the bitterness, right? The bitter part of this thing, this should just be a quick lesson. Shouldn't really be that long, I'm not planning on it, but whatever the Spirit wants, whatever the Most High wants, that will be done. All right, so let's start at Revelation 10:10. It says, "And I took the little book out of the angel's hand." Right, the little book is talking about the scriptures, right, the Bible. It says, "And ate it up, and it was in my mouth as sweet as honey." Right, eating it up means digesting this truth. Taking this stuff in, studying. Right, learning it. Right, and it says, "And it was in my mouth sweet as honey." Right, so at the beginning, everything all good, man. Everything be feeling great. When you wake up to being you an Israelite, right? That's the honey. Finding out the truth. I can speak for myself. I didn't really understand, the seriousness of it, but all I know is that I wanted to go out there and do the work. I was excited, just to realize that I was a part of something, greater than what this so-called white man has said I was a part of. Greater than just a nigga, right? Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true Israelites, right? The chosen people of the Bible, and that was great news to my ears, I was just happy to be an Israelite, found out that we gonna have 1,000 women in the kingdom and this and that, But that's just the beginning, That's just the beginning, cause everything be you don't really go through nothing, right? Because like I said, I can speak for myself, man. I was fucking, smiling all the damn time, smiling all the brothers' face and shit. Yeah, it was kind of easy, right? But as I ain't been in the truth that long, but as time goes by, things get tougher and tougher. That's why it says, "And it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I eaten it, my belly was bitter." So over time, things toughen up, right? The Most High start to try to make you tough, right? Because you're gonna have to endure those things, and to endure means to make hard. So the Most High is trying to harden you, for the times to come. He got to purge the impurities out of you. He got to get you right. When I first came in, first day, I came into the camp. My car broke down. I ain't never had no problems with my car. Nothing like that, man. But the first day, my fucking car broke down, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? It was weird to me. The first day, I was like, fuck. And then a month or so, The woman that I was with, was so-called, in love, that in love shit, brothers know about that shit. Yeah, she left me. Yeah, cause she hated what I believed in. She told me she ain't like that I believe in you know, you can have more than one woman, this and that. Shit, and that fucked me up,. But hey, that's what comes with this thing, man. Shit like that. That's gonna happen, and you just gotta be firm. Uh, I read it again. This is Revelation 10:10. It says, "And I took the little book out of an angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I eaten it, my belly was bitter." Right. So everything is great in the beginning, but then you're gonna start going through shit. Right. It comes with this truth. Right. That's part of the package deal. It's to suffer. Right. We have to suffer. We gotta suffer just to reign with Yahushua. This is I believe it's 2 Timothy 2:11 said, right? It says 2 Timothy 2:11. It says 10. "Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain salvation which is in Yahushua Mashiach with eternal glory." Right? So we have people learning from us, right? Because we believe, that we are the prophets, right? We are the teachers, and we go out to teach the elect, and we have to endure, right? Because it's not just for us, Like I said, we go out, for the elect as well, because waking up the elect, that's gonna get us up out of here, and by us going through the trials and tribulation that we go through, we can be able to teach another brother how to go through the same thing if he ever comes across that point. You can give him some advice and some information, to make it easier on him. Telling him the things that you learn from your experiences. Verse 11, it says, "It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him." Right? We are dead to this world. Yes, we work, we have jobs, we take care of our business. Some brothers have businesses, right? But we don't put the world above this truth, right? It's a balance. Scriptures say don't abuse the world. Use the world, but don't abuse it. This is where our heart's supposed to lie, our mind, right? This truth is supposed to be our treasure. It says, "For if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him." So if we suffer in this thing, we're going to reign with Yahushua. So suffering is a part of this thing, because we in this truth to reign with Yahushua, right? But it's saying that if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. So if we deny him, he will also deny us, right? So if you don't want to take part in the suffering, you're going to fall out, and ultimately you're denying Yahushua. So he's going to deny you, and when he returns, you will be destroyed, right? Because like I said, catching hell, the trials and tribulation is a package deal, man. Everything, that's all that comes with this, man. Like, you have no choice but to go through it. Yahushua went through it. The disciples, the apostles, they went through it, Nobody's exempt. So if you see in the scriptures that nobody was exempt, what makes you think that it's just going to pass by you? Because the Most High, he going to try you. And see if you really believe in this truth. Because if you read about Apostle Paul, he went through some shit, This is 2 Corinthians 11:22. It says, "Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they the ministers of Yahushua? I speak as a fool. I am more. And labors more abundant, and stripes above measure, and prisons more frequent, and deaths often." Of the Jews, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. And the journey is often in perils of waters, right? Perils mean dangerous. And in perils of robbers, and in perils of my own countrymen, and in perils by the heathen, and in perils in the city, and in perils in the wilderness, and in perils in the sea, and in perils among false brethren. And weariness and painfulness, and watchings often, and hunger, and in thirst, and in fastings often, and cold, and nakedness. Right? Notice he kept saying often. You know? So Paul, he was going through shit back to back, wherever he went. It wasn't, it wasn't no breaks, I mean, you're going to have days, you're going to have good days, right? You're going to have days where, most I might not be hard on you. You might just, give you a week, just to chill and relax, right? But then he going to bring the hell, right? Because the Most High is balanced. So we gotta have that, right? You see, Apostle Paul, man, he went through a bunch of things, but did he fall out? Did he stay faithful? Yes, he stayed faithful. And the greatest example is Yahushua, man. You read about the things he had to suffer and the things that he had to endure, by his own people, by the Romans. Yeah, he went through a lot. He in Yahushua, he got it worse than everybody, right? We not gonna have to, get it on the level that he got it, right? Catch the same amount of hell that he caught. Because he caught the ultimate hell. He paid the ultimate price. This is Isaiah 53:3. It says, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. So it said he was a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. So be acquainted with something is to be very familiar with, So he was familiar with that, with sorrows, because he was catching hell, And we gonna go through the same thing, man. The scriptures say we gonna follow in his steps. And also, the servant is not greater than his master. 1 Peter 2:21, for even hereunto were ye called, because Yahushua also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. So Yahushua was the greatest example of what we were going to go through. That we were going to catch hell. And we got to follow in those same footsteps. Right? So we are going to be acquainted with grief. Men of sorrows. This is Ecclesiastes 7:3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Right? So when you're going through shit, man, the Most High is like I mentioned earlier, he's purging you, he's cleansing you. He's making you better. By going through those trials and tribulations. Just like when John said that Yahushua, he's gonna baptize us with the Holy Spirit and with fire. Right? The fire represents those tribulations. Right? So, that has to happen. Right, but after all these, it ain't just for nothing. The Most High ain't like the Most High just picking on us, He just want to fuck with you, Nah, the Most High not like that. Right, He's doing these things to build you up. This is 1 Corinthians 10:13. There had no temptation taking you but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So the Most High ain't gonna put you through nothing that you cannot overcome. So the Most High knows how much you can take, and he will give you something that's fit for your level, right? Something that's going to be tough for you, but you can overcome it, right? We all gonna go through. We all go through pretty much, the same things, right? But certain men, can take more things, because they didn't been through a lot. They didn't been in this truth for a minute. They have experience, and they can give you experience on what you're going through. I mean, they can give you some knowledge on what you're going through because they didn't already been through it, right? It says common to man, so we all pretty much going through the same things, as much as we can take. The Most High knows how much we can take. It said, will with the temptation make a way to escape. So the Most High is going to leave you in that and not help you, right? If you are the elect. Now, for other men, this truth, is going to be offensive unto them. It's like the apostle brought out, right? Excuse me. What is it? Matthew 11:6. It says, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. Right? So blessed is the man is not going to be offended in Yahushua, right? Because what did the Most High tell Ezekiel? Ezekiel 3:1. More he said unto me, son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. Right? So he said, eat this roll, which is the scriptures. So this is talking about the whole scripture. You gotta eat the whole thing. And Yahushua represents these scriptures. Psalms 48:7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. So Yahushua is this book. So you gotta learn of him. You gotta accept this whole doctrine. Right? So if you don't accept this whole doctrine, you are going to be offended in him. You're going to be offended in him, which will cause you not to take in this whole doctrine. Because your emotions, Satan will play on your emotions. That's why you can't rely on your emotions, right? You got to focus on, what's the right choice. What's right, and to know what's right is in the scriptures. You can't rely on how you feel, because emotions change, always. Emotions are always changing, right? But the Most High don't change. And the scriptures don't change. It's Malachi 3:6. For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Right? So the Most High don't change, but our emotions do. This is Proverbs 3:5. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not to thy own understanding. So you gotta lean on the Most High. The Most High knows better than us. Right? Scriptures say, let the Most High be true, and every man a liar. It's Romans 3. Romans 3:3. For the Son did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. So the Most High is true. The Most High, these words in these scriptures are pure. Proverbs 30:5. Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So these are pure words, right? These scriptures are pure. So we're supposed to lean on the Most High and go to these scriptures and refer to these scriptures. And believe in the scriptures. And this is John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Right? So you got to believe on this truth, on Yahushua, the scriptures say. Not according to emotion, not according to what you feel, not according to what Esau says. You know, not according to what this world thinks. It's what the Most High thinks. You know, because the Most High is the creator of all. So who knows better than him? So, you know, I'm going to cut off right there. You know, I hope brothers edified, you know, with that. Say shalom.